Hello everyone and welcome to round 4 of Assetto Corsa Competizione's AOR League, and that is not the screen I want to press. Today we're going to Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, a track that I don't think has been laser scanned in any game up to now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I got that one right. So that should be fun at the very least. We need to find the server again because it was probably restarted since the last time I was here. We need to click on the correct server like last week and wait 3 years for it to connect. If you were here last week, we had a variable weather race in theory. This is another variable weather race, but with the variable thing cranked up to like 100. What has happened there? If we could not do that, that'd be fantastic. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Right. While we load in, the weather forecast for this race can be summarised with the following, as I completely forget that I need to actually turn the volume back on for this game because otherwise it would have covered up my wonderful intro music. Give me volume mixer. Oh, for God's sake. Can I just do that? Yes we can. Right. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I do apologise. Right. Broadcasting tab, big screen, and I think we might be getting a restart in this qualifying session sooner rather than later. But as you can see, it's rather wet, so stage 1 of our quest to find out what the weather is already complete. The base weather is light rain, but there is a chance that will change during the practice session of the race. Now, the practice session of the race occurs before, doesn't exist, and occurs before this, so it has a chance to change coming into this. So it might not be light rain when this eventually restarts, as I assume it will. Find someone who is on track. Mr. Scissor Pack will do just fine. As we've gone back to let's do that. Great. Also, I was saying. So there's a chance that this could not be light rain. There's a chance that it could get wetter. There's a chance it could get drier. There's a chance it could do any of those things several times. We have a 10 times time progression for this, and the weather changes are done off every hour in game time. So we'll have 10, 11, 12 chances for the weather to change at 30% each. So this could be a very chaotic race. And yet the server's been restarted as I first imagined. And it appears we still have some wet weather. Our first one on track is Mr. 021, I think that is correct. Oh, 69 car it is. Let me find him on my list. It is Mr. Cryptic and correct. Well, he's the first one out live, so he wasn't actually the first one out, and he's almost gone straight to the back of Mr. Schmid. Great, or is that not Mr. Schmid? I believe that was Mr. I've been stand corrected on Mr. Gurman's name. It's not Mr. Gurman, it's Mr. Gooman. I will get that wrong numerous times in this race because it's been programmed into my mind that OE makes an sound because I've only ever read it in German. Allegedly he's not German and that's not how I pronounce his name. So I'm going to do my best to not do that during this race. Right, we're going to try out this external camera. It's quite good for watching just the one car and gives quite a decent view of what's going on, but helicopter cam is still, I think, best cam for looking at several cars at once. I believe that marker in the top for our weather forecast is light rain, and will continue to be light rain for this qualifying session. Only 15 minutes. I'm not sure what my leaderboard is doing, why it's still showing people with times from the last session. That is most odd, and I'm going to assume that that is just not what's going to be happening. Anyway, well let's hop over to somebody else. Who else have we got out? Mr. Hosseini. He's had a bit of bad luck recently. I say bad luck, it may or may not be his fault, that's not for me to decide. But currently he is in P10. I'm not sure how accurate those standings are, because I don't think anyone's done a flying lap yet. But if those standings do stand, then Prenta is going to be on pole in the Audi, followed by another Audi of LX. He was relatively far down last race, so maybe Audi good here. Not sure. Audi's good mostly everywhere, to be honest. In the real life, it was quite a dominating car, and this game aims to represent real life quite a lot. Right, so people are going to start queuing up for their qualifying lap. Literally coming to a standstill in the case of Mr. Hosseini, and so there's a pack right behind him. Let's have a look at our on-board camera for this lap. We'll stick on board with Hosseini for this lap, so it's more likely to be a good one since he's been in pole, or very close to pole, in all the last races that I've witnessed anyway. I only missed round 1 because that wasn't streamed anywhere. Round 2 was on my Twitch channel in the description, and round 3 was on here, and all foreseeable rounds will also be on here. Breaking just at the 100 metre board in the wet, getting it down. Not sure how simple these curves are, because I haven't actually turned a lap on this place yet, unlike the Nürburgring. Partly because I despise this track in all of its existence. Usually quite a high throttle corner is this one, but you have to wait a bit in the wet. So there's a pack getting well out of the way there, and don't brake on the curb, it will make your car spin out like that. And yeah, it manages to recover it before going the gravel, but that's going to be several tenths lost at the very least. Brake whenever you feel like it seems, for this turn. Get it kept in tight, and I assume that the outside curve is death and he stays away from it, which very fast I'm thinking. Brake around on the curb here, get in as tight as you can. You can possibly use that curve, I'm not sure. Don't go over that sausage on the inside, otherwise that will hurt you. Might even be a cut track as well. Large lift of the throttle before you go through here. In the dry, that might be a bit of a smaller lift before you go through. I don't think it's flat, but then again, I have no idea. 100 metre board again. This is a very tight hairpin, slow down as much as you can, cut as much of that as possible. Run it out as wide as you can, stay away from that big yellow thing. Cut this as much as you can, that's, or maybe not in the wet. In the dry you want to get over that as much as you can, then keep it tight through here. Failing to answer the question when you're supposed to get on the throttle. No real breaking point for there, just feeling, and here much the same. We'll compromise that to try and get a good run through the chicane. I'm not sure how much those curves are fair game there, not sure whether you can cut them or whether you have to avoid them completely, but that's going to be very painful if they're a complete no-go. And where does Hosseini go? He goes 0.198 off. And while I was speaking about that, MCR Prenta has gone with a 149 instead of a 150. Speaking of Mr. Prenta, where is he right now? He is just ahead of Mr. Hosseini coming through the first sector now. Let's see if he can go any quicker on this lap. He's gone up on a slow Ferrari, I don't know who that is, I can't see the number. He's about 2 seconds away for now, so hopefully he doesn't catch up in this lap. If he does, he gets out of the way sooner rather than later, which will be very sad indeed. Someone who you've not seen yet is part of the Kebab Academy. This is Tizapak's teammate, Chloe. And they're going to come to finish this lap. I don't believe... I think this is their out lap, from what I can gather. Not entirely sure. We don't have a time on the board yet, so we'll see how far up or otherwise this turns out to be. Currently 22nd, although no time doesn't mean too much. And it continues to be no time as we start off our first flying lap. Feels also on the wrong side of this Bentley. Again, curb will kill you, that's going to cost several tenths. at the very least. There's not going to be a pole, I imagine. And Honzik, while I wasn't looking, goes with a 49.1 that goes into pole by almost half a second. That's going to take some clawing back from people. Oh, Zero Stefan's up there as well. Last time out the Nürburgring, he did very well in his Lexus. He won the race. Not sure if the Lexus is just good in the wet or whether this isn't again another Lexus favourite track. Someone will have to let me know. If not, let me know. It's open chat. Nobody's there. Fantastic. Right. Taking a lot more of the curb than we saw Mercedes taking last time out. Largely through there. You want to take as much of that curve as you can. That's brave, but hey, yeah, last lap 11 minute 51. That wasn't out of lap indeed, just to confirm. Hit the apex that you can't see because of the scoreboard. Cut this maybe a bit more on the Bentley. I'm still quite conservative on the cutting of the corner. From what I've heard, the starting weather conditions are very ambiguous. I've heard that the slick tyres are too cold and the wet tyres are too hot, and you can't find a happy medium. So the best bet, from what I've heard, is to run slicks and just hope that it dries up instead of getting wetter. And that's going to cost a lot of time on this lap and the next lap because you're going to... you may have got a cut track somewhere as well, I believe, so... That lap will not count. You've wasted your chance at some airtime. Let's try and find someone else. Mr. Dalking, the first person I saw my relative. Back in his Lamborghini, I believe, from the sound of that noise. And actually, I should look at the scoreboard to be honest. Yep, there's a Lamborghini. He's stuck in there from his Bentley chain not so long ago. And we have another person who doesn't turn their wipers on, so that's extremely sad. Let's see if we can find someone else. Jordan Lacey. He's had some tough luck last time round with a qualifying last, if you discount shooter. Currently 1.4 seconds off the pace in his Ferrari. He was always in the Ferrari, don't mind me. Traction control kicking a lot, but he's going to abort that lap and go making sandcastles. Who is next? My best friend Mr. Berg. Or Berg, I don't know how to pronounce that. He's just going to come to finish a lap. His current best is 150.6, only good for 12, 1.4 off the pace. Nowhere near as close as we saw at Hungaroring in terms of gaps, but this is a hard track and I imagine it's even harder in the rain. So can he go better than 150.6? Let's find out. I'm not sure where the finish line is. It's there, 150.4 he does, losing up for some sort of one place at the exact same time as THR Wolf. Very nice. Who else have we got? Let's have a look at Sir Stefan. Either he's good in the wet or Lex is good in the wet. I don't know which, but he has done much better here at Nürburgring than he did at Hungaroring. A lot of curve there, as I like to see. I love the sound of his Lexus as well. They're still taking part in testing team. Not sure if he had PSA from last time. As to Desert Pack beats him. It goes fourth. Can he reclaim his spot? Coming out the final turn, full throttle just about in the wet. 149.7 to beat. 149.5, that puts up to second, but still 3/10 off Jardier. Speaking of Jardier, let's have a look. Where is he? He appears to be backing out this lap, because that was not a quick deceleration down into the hairpin at turn 9, I believe. We'll stick on board with him until he can get onto a flying lap. He's trying to make some space to that poor little AMG ahead of him. I believe that's Mr. Gooman. I feel so odd saying Gooman, but it's the way it's pronounced literally. Right, a 149.1 to beat. His last was 149.2. This will be a lot slower, of course, when it crosses the line. Yet a 249.3. This is an out lap. He's gonna see if he can go a little bit quicker. Conditions staying the same throughout this qualifying session, it would seem. So just the slippy curb. Don't brake on that thing. That will cause you great pain. Take that one though. Maybe the camera helps you out a little bit. little bit of the lift. Again, you don't know when to get on the throttle, run it out wide. You can use the green stuff a little bit on the Nürburgring, the green stuff as well, okay? Brake off the curb, he's learned his lesson. Looks like a very good lap so far. I'm not sure how good it will be though. I'll have to wait for another minute or two before we get that information. Using a lot of the outside curb, maybe a little bit too much, I'm not sure. So we'll turn it at the end of the curb, get on the power about at the end of that curb, and don't run too wide, otherwise it might give you an off track. Not too sure about the track limits of this place. It would really help if I actually drove the game before I commentated on the game, but anyhow, future me will learn. A lot of that inside curve, as I was saying earlier, keeping it tight and looking for that nice little sausage on the inside and getting the power as early as you dare. Brake whenever you feel like it, miss that sausage, that will not be good for you. Again, brake whenever you feel like it, miss all these unequal sausages. I imagine if you got that yellow strip on the outside, that won't cause you too many, won't give you too much speed either. Can you up it to the 49.1? 49.0 he does, half a second over Zero Stefan. And the Schmid is up in P4. Let's have a look at the Schmid. Power sliding out of there, at least that's what it looked like when I first turned to him. 49.6 to be, he's going quicker every lap. AMG very quick on a straight line, I believe, in this track. Not sure if this game models power loss due to altitude, but this track is quite altitude from what I remember. Missing that curve completely, probably had a bad experience earlier on. Drop gear to try and get the car turned in, it's not working. AMG boat is very much being a boat. And I think he's backing off his lap to try and see if he can get something better from it later on. Let's have a look at Mr. Desert Pack. He's also slowing on his lap as well, so we'll stick on board with him. See what he can do. Can he get the 3000th he needs to beat Cryptic to B6? Well, P1 maybe going into the distance. There's a 10th between the next 6 cars, or thereabouts anyway. And he's turned his wiper off. That's not very nice, Mr. Zerzapak. Let's go back to the Schmid. Oh, and he's in the pit lane. That's very sad indeed. Let's go to Hussaini. Can he get out of P9? Last 153, so that'll be his out lap. So he's going on a fast one here. Either that or he's had a mistake during that lap. I do like this Bratislava coloured car. I was a fan of the Bratislava Lamborghini in Project Cars 2, and it seems that livery is moved over for the Merc, and I do enjoy it. It's quite a nice livery. And that's the end of the session. Last laps for everyone, and he improves to third, still half a second off pole though. That's insane. Who's next? Mr. Prenter. He's a while away, and that's about to cross the line sooner rather than later. Desert Pack is going to cross the line sooner rather than later, but I could not see a single thing. So, Mr. Berg, where are you? Miles away. One tyre, where are you? Even further back. LX, what can he do? He can make self positions and go 11th. Who else have we got? Mr. Honzik, he's miles away. Let's go to Prenter, I believe he was close to finishing a lap. That may be a little deep. What do I know? Using the sausage on the outside a little bit. Can he improve? He does! He goes pole by 700ths of a second. That is insane. Right, new pole sitter. Can anyone else go quicker? Mr. Cryptic in his very orange Lamborghini. Can he improve from 9th? He doesn't have, if he makes any time, he'll go quite a lot of positions to the leaderboard here. I don't know if he knows this. 49.7 to beat. What can he do? 49.1, that's good enough for 4th, and we're closing the gap a little bit. Oscar Berg, where are you? He is finished. Mr. Police, where are you? He's also finished. Looks like that is everyone, apart from Mr. Honzik, who has just finished as well. And managed to take back his pole position by 400ths. Jesus wept. The chat goes wild. And your final qualifying order, from what I can gather, is Mr. Honzik with a 1:48.909, followed by Prenter, Chris MK, Cryptic, Zerstefan, Hosseini, Berg, Aid the Ace, Schmid, Rats, Hannah, LX, Karsten, Gianfrest, Piker, One Tire, Guban, Gunesu, X-Cole, Police, Chloe, Wolf, Lacey, Dalking, and while you can't see it, I can inform you that the only person not on my screen was Amato.
Alright, conditions are wet. We have some slippery curves, and also watch out for your braking distance.
The session is still wet, so no change of weather between sessions, it seems. Let's have a look at this and focus on Mr. Honzik for the start of the race. The drivers have got 1 minute and 6 seconds to change their setups and whatnot, ready for the race. No idea what setups they're choosing, or whether they're going to bank on a, like I said, there's a lot higher possibility of this changing weather than there ever was at Hungaroring. So we will, as every hour in game, there is a 30% chance for it to be a weather change. So that is, and we have 10 times weather progression, so 10 times every hour, so every 6 minutes we can have a change of weather. In theory, this could be very strange. As you can see, 3 minutes into the race, we're going to have a transition from whatever rain this is to a bit less rain. Brought to you by Dog Weather Forecasting TM. Full formation lap under a pit limiter, I believe. In 3 minutes it's going to dry off a little bit. Whether the rain will come back, we'll have to see. Everyone's going to need at least one pit stop for tyres at the very least. Most cars will need a pit stop for fuel too. I believe the Bentley is the only one that I know of that is possibly able to do a full race on one tank. But everyone will need to change their tyres, even if the weather stays the same. If the weather changes, they'll definitely need more than one change of tyre, because otherwise they're going to be on wets on a dry track or on slicks on a wet track, and that's going to be a very painful experience for everyone involved. Just let me test something with my little camera. Nope, that goes back to onboard 0, so I need to use different software for different cameras. Fantastic, right. Let's go back to TV set 2. And as usual, we're going to have our highlight reel of any small contact that anyone makes for any stage is going to be replayed for the entire world to see. And I have no way of discerning beforehand whether it's going to be a large piece of contact or a small piece of contact, or a large piece of contact magnified and someone getting sent to the shadow realm because ACC netcode physics. There's going to be a very slow lap round here. I'm not enjoying this, but sooner rather than later they'll be able to press the accelerator and we're going to have some fun. And who doesn't like a good bit of fun? Actually, we just question whether this is live. Oh, it is live. Wonderful. Right. Well, actually, 27 of you watching this this thing, whatever we've got going on here. That's going to be a big potential dive bomb zone during the race. That corner, very tight hairpin from a long straight, big braking zone. Someone's going to get some big brain moves down the inside there, and any that go wrong will show up on my little contactometer. Aren't you ready and prepared? As we're coming through the final section now, this is going to be single file through here. Prenter's going to have to back off, and oh no, they got double file, and they could get enough lock to get around there. I hate that chicane with a passion. Anyway, not about me, it's about them. And very soon we're going to be away for 90 minutes of Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. Side by side, who's got the better start?
Green line, go, go, go.
Oh, that's not fun. Oh, someone's already cutting grass, and Cryptic's already gone to the back of someone. We've already got Oscar Bear going. Massive crash on the start-finish straight. We haven't even made it to turn 1 yet. What has gone on here? Oh, my contactometer is... Oh, that's a massive accident in turn 1. No restarts, I believe. Oh, we do get a restart.
Alright, we have some wind conditions. Watch out for curbs and exit, and remember to brake early.
I'd be just called a restart because of truly war crimes happened on the first straight. We didn't even make it that far. Right, well, at least I've got something to talk about while these guys go on their formation lap. First of all, we have Mr. Cryptic going to the back of Prenter because I can't replay them because we're in a new session. I was going to show you everything that happened there, but I can't, alas. Although from what I can gather, we had Mr. Samuel Rats with Zersa found the Gene Frest with Berg. Cryptic again got caught up in things. Berg again, Stefan, Gene Frest. The Schmid got caught up. Berg again, Gene Frest. Piker, Gene Frest got hit several times, Jesus. Berg, to Desert Pack got caught up in it as well. Piker again, and yeah, I can't show you that. That is upsetting. But you saw it in the background. That was fun. We have to sit through another formation lap. Another 5 minutes of everyone's lives wasted, but then again, if half the field was dead, it would have been a very boring race for everyone, so maybe it's for the best. This, when I prepared this event, the chat was in members only mode and I couldn't work out how to change it. And that may be why no one is in chat currently. If it is, I can't even say feel free to shout at me because you can't message anything to shout at me for. Wonderful. Right, that could be interesting. If that's in members only mode, that could be interesting. We'll go pretend it's not and carry on with our lives. Another wonderful formation lap. You get to see these cars in their full glory. If anything, I would argue that Prenter was the one who started that chain reaction off. Prenter tried to get the jump on Jardier at the start, but obviously he can't go until Jardier goes because that's jumping the start. The leader controls the start if it's a manual start, or if not, the game controls the start. And if so, I apologise, Mr. Prenter, for calling out on this one. But the leader controls the start, and he wanted to get the jump on him, but he couldn't go before him because that would be against the rules. So he let off the gas to drop back behind Jardier to, not break the rules, and as such, Cryptic, who wasn't expecting him effectively being brake checked, hit the back of Prenter. and then Cryptic slowed up because he'd just been hit in the back of the fender. Then he get an accordion effect all the way down the field, and someone somewhere hit Mr. Berg, I assume, which caused him to fly off into the grass, which when it's wet isn't the best place to be. And he came back on and crashed into approximately everyone. Right, Prentice's been a little bit more cautious this time. Let's see if we can get this together without... He's doing it again. I'm not sure if that's the game, because if there's no manual start enabled, then the game like effectively bounces you off a limiter, a speed at which changes depending on how far away from the car in front of you. So he may have just been bounced off the limiter at the wrong time and got caught off with Cryptic. But anyway, attempt 2. Let's see how well this goes.
Go.
And Hosseini's got a massive start. Where's he going? Where's Hosseini gone? Oh, it must be manual start. Hosseini's jumped the start massively. And Jadier waited until the second start line. Hosseini's going to wait for everyone to come back through and eat a brake marker board and file back in roughly about where he was. He just took off and didn't care what anyone else thought. And we have another restart. Oh god. We're going to be here a while. Another 5 minutes of our lives. Right. I'm sure our coordinate's having a very stern word with everyone about what's going on. And how to start a race. And each time it gets darker and darker. Very confusing indeed. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, the Schmid had an accent on my accent-ometer. Can I see it? No, I can't. I'm going to open Discord and see if we can talk to somebody about this. I've got a message from somebody. I got a message from Chloe. Let's see what this says. I think the stream is okay. The stream is fine. How's your race? Hopefully we'll get an answer sooner rather than later as to what's going on. The driver's changing their setup for the umpteenth time. It's getting darker and darker. Maybe it just skips forward by several hours. Every time you restart this, on 10x time progression, that's amplified by, well, quite literally 10 times. I'm going to hop into this voice channel real quick and see if we can figure out what the hell is going on. Oh, I need push to talk to go in there, don't I? And I don't have push to talk because my push to talk button is on my wheel, which is not attached to anything right now because I'm not driving. Right, so we're going to scratch that idea. And we're just going to go off zero information and hope for the best. Wish me luck. I have no idea what to even say anymore, to be completely honest with you. There are very little talking points currently, apart from our war crimes at the start, and for some reason made a jump start. Third time lucky, third time is the charm. We're not gonna do it. Somebody has nuked the circuit to Barcelona-Catalunya. I can only assume lots of people have been killed. I don't know if you all heard that, but that was truly something. Not sure where that came from, but because we've restarted so many times, the track is now damp. I hope people are on slicks, because we're going to see people bedding into the pits very soon, if this is to be believed, because after a couple of laps, it's going to be dry. Completely. Lots of weather variation, and we've done precisely 0 laps today. When I said it'd be chaos, I didn't quite say it'd be this much chaos. But so we're going to go in from dark to daytime in this race instead of day to dark. I should have been paying attention to the clock in the top of the screen, to be honest. That would have told me if it's been advancing along. Ooh, it stopped raining now, actually. In 1 minute, we're going to have some sunshine with clouds. You've never heard that in the forecast before, have you? Sunny with clouds? Never happened anywhere. But yeah. A potential for a weather change every 3 minutes according to this, but although I worked out it's every 6 minutes, but I know nothing about the weather system in this game. The people who set this lobby up don't know anything about the weather system in the game. This is just a test. And from what I can gather, Kunos themselves don't know anything about the weather system in this game. So, people already going in the pits for dries. I assume they're going in for dries. These people are either going to stay on wets, or these people will either stay on wets, or they're already on slicks. They're going for the big brain plays and seeing that it's going to dry up. Right, third time lucky. Johnny has a massive run down to turn 1. Can he stay there? Minimal war crimes happening behind. There's some guy in the grass and some guy, I believe, backwards. X-Cole and Gooman have had a mild coming together, it seems. Let's have a cheeky look at that. There's X-Cole. He's just tagged Gooman and they're both in the wall, and we could not have a clean start. Very upsetting indeed. And he's onto the pit lane. Not sure if that's a retirement or what, but we're going to continue on anyway. Let's go back to someone who's actually on the track. This is going crazy. I can't tell who's going anywhere. We're going to go with Chris MK. The ace in the lead, apparently. I don't know what's going on. This timing screen is very much balked. I may have to restart my timing software if this keeps up, because I'm not using that in the game. We're going to stick with Chris MK for now and see what goes on. Okay, sort itself out. We're back to normality. I can tell what's going on. I'm not completely in the dark. Track state is still damp, but I believe this is slick weather, and if it's not slick weather, it will be very shortly. So the case is, when do people pit? My guess is now, if that's anything to go by. Prent has already dived in the pits. Can he come out ahead of Mr. Honzik? Let's find out. So we have Prenter in the pits, Chris MK in the pits, Hosseini in the pits, Berg in the pits, LX in the pits, Piker, Wolf, Lacey and Chloe have all dived in to the pit lane for a change of rubber. Let's have a look at Zero Stefan, see what's going on with him. I'm going to go back into the helicam because this is camera set 1, that's why I've been scammed. Right, camera set 2, what we're looking for. As he's no longer got his wet track advantage that I theorised about earlier. Anyone interesting to watch that we have currently? Everyone's still spread out from the pit lane, it seems. Mr. Gene Frest is unclickable. Also we've got, looks like the closest battle is between Cryptic and the car behind him, which is Desert Pack, who's going to be trying to catch up to him. Again, I don't know what setups these guys have loaded, whether they've gambled on a dry one, whether they've gone for a wet one, or whether they've looked at the weather forecast, if they have one, and seeing that it's going to dry up soon. So let's see how far this goes. He's currently about a second behind the guy in front of him, a bit of Cryptic. He's going to be trying closing that up, but Cryptic at the same time is going to want to try and catch up to Zero Stefan also. People are still quite spread out due to the pit lane, and Gooman has gone into the pits, followed by to Desert Pack. He's gone into the pits, change of tyres. Ah no, Mr. Gooman has retired and he's still showing his form from my screen. Very odd. We've got it down to 22 cars already in this lobby. Not looking good. We had a bit of an incident between Dalking and Capo. Let's see what was going on here. So they just had a slight touch as that 51 AMG just cut them off a little bit. And yeah, that's just a change of tyres, I believe. That's not a retirement. I hope not, anyway. Who else have we got? We've got Cryptic closing in on Zero Stefan. Let's see how close it can get. It's kind of hard to keep track of this helicopter camera, I must admit. He's closing out, coming about 0.7 seconds at our last split. Although further down the field we've got Mr. Police who wants to have a crack at Capo. Sorry, I got it the wrong way around. Capo wants to have a go at Mr. Carson, the 998 AMG. Let's get this back on this helicam stuff. See if Ferrari closes in. Again, AMG's got an advantage in the straight line here. Ferrari's quite slow. Very good everywhere else. Very stable as well, it seems. The track is now completely dry and is green according to this, so even more cars are coming into pit. I believe if you're still on wet snow, you're going to have an extremely hard time with your life. As Honzik is quite ahead of Prenter by a long way. I'm not sure what happened to Prenter. Whether he had a bad stop or what. But Miss Honzik is 1.5 seconds off Rats. Speaking of Mr. Rats, he is all over Cryptic for the lead of the race. Cryptic hasn't pitted yet. I don't know if he started on slicks or what. As Mr. Honzik, Zero Stefan and Police have all gone into the pit lane now for slick tyres. Let's see where they come out. In particular, where Honzik comes out in allows to Prenter. Although if these guys are still on slick, or starting with slick tyres, they're going to have a long way to catch back up to these two. As Rats might have a look into turn 9, but he's not going to bother. I'm going to get the hairpin turn 9, one of the two. The telecam is much better than set. I gave set 2 a good chance, but I don't enjoy it. I'm going to stick with this for now, as he's right over the back end of it. He's close. He's 0.3 seconds off the back of him at my live split. He's going to try and get a better exit out of the chicane. And Cryptic goes into the pit lane for some slick tyres, giving Rats the effective lead of the race. Everyone else is going to make a cheeky pit stop. I wish Gooman would go with my pit thing so I can actually see who is where. We appear to have a bit of a scrap going on here with Zero Stefan, Hannah and Prenter. All of these guys have pitted if I remember rightly, so maybe pitting later was the better option. Is actually have a go, and he forces Prenter to lose a little bit of time to these guys as well, as he's right on the back end of him. Let's have a look at our onboard camera. Still got his wipers on, you're not going to be needing them right now, mate. A little bit of gravel for Zero Stefani is going to be defending quite hard. Again, not sure if his car is worse in the dry. Well, that's what happens if you hit that curb. He's lost about a second or so there. Not enjoying good time, and good times he's going to have a good job keeping. Now, Prenter's a long way off. Prenter's dropping back. What's happened to Mr. Prenter? He's had a collision with Hosseini, according to my onboard, so let's have a look at this. Prenter spun and Hosseini... A poor rejoin from Prenter, it must be said. Spun up the chicane, and he's now in the pit lane repairing damage. That's very sad times for him, but you can't say it wasn't deserved. That was a poor rejoin from him, and Hosseini got caught up in yet another race, this time through no fault of his own. Should have paid better attention to his relative. Let's have a look at Mr. Okay, that's broken. Piker and Dalking are having a fight back here. Dalking is going to try and get around as quickly as possible. Goes very wide into there. And that looks like Cryptic behind him, possibly. It is. I thought that was for being laps, but I've got Cryptic pitted. I'm good at this, I promise. It's currently the best one we have currently, with Dalking on to Piker. Lots and lots of people all about the Piker train, it seems like currently. Everyone's trying to get a piece of this. Dalking's first in the queue and Cryptic isn't close enough to challenge him currently. So he's got him all to himself. He's got a good exit out of this chicane to have a good chance into turn 1. He's got a good one. A bit of the yellow curb, but he seems to have runs a little bit wide. Is it quicker? Well, let's find out. He's in the slipstream. He's going to stick in that slipstream. He wants it. He will pull in a straight line though. He's going to try and force you to the inside. No, he's been denied. On the background, Berg is going to have a look at Cryptic as well. Neither can have a look. Dalkin looks on the outside. He gets caught on the sausages. He spins. Will he get caught up? Just grazes Cryptic, and you have to stay still. And yep, that's what you do when you have a bit of a crash. Well, good job there from Dalkin, and no one else got hurt. Currently, we have Desert Pack is back on Zero Stefan for 9th place. With, I believe that's Jordan Lacey in the fry behind them, trying to catch up to them, and he'll be trying to catch up to them down the battling a little bit. Stefan dropping back a little bit, I think. Now he has poor tyres. It looks like Rats has not yet pitted, neither has Capo or Amato. From what I can gather on the timing screen. Those guys possibly starting on the slick tyres. Good call, it seems. As I'd expect everyone to be on the slicks by now, since anything else would be suicide. Sliding on the curve into Desert Pack. He's closing up in the chicane though. Keeping a wide berth of that curb, he's learned his lesson very much. Now he's going to try and get in the slipstream of that big Lexus down the start-finish straight. How close can he get? Nowhere near close enough, it seems. Although in the back we've got something going on with Piker, Cryptic, Berg, and Chloe. It looks like. Although Chloe's a little bit further back, not going to be close enough to do anything. Cryptic has a look, but that's way too far away, and he knows it. Can't get anything done from that far back, my friend. He's going to have to follow him through these set of turns. Nothing much you can do through here. Unless, of course, you can. He gets a much better entry into the turn. I'm not sure he can carry that because I think he's been held up a little bit. Possibility for a move into turn 4, though. He's going to go for it. He gets his nose in. Piker's forced to give him room. He slips on through, and Bear's looking to follow suit. A little bit of contact, but nothing much. Enough to put Piker on the curb, and Piker's going to try and have a look back, but Berg, opportunistic, goes down the middle. A little bit of door bagging, nothing serious. He's not be able to get the move done though. We'll stick on board with Berg for now as we see how close he can get to him. He's going to be right on his back end here. Oh, he's hit the gravel a little bit. That's not really good for him. So he's going to look to do something, thinks better of it, but Piker seems to leave the door open, and Berg sends it and manages to get it through, even though he left the door open. That's going to leave Chloe in the Bentley right behind. Piker's going backwards right now, it seems. Let's get on Chloe's perspective. See where this goes. Chris MK right behind is going to look to pounce any mistakes I make as well. A little bit of the sausage curve on the last turn by Chloe. There's going to be a mega slipstream down here though. Possibly 3 cars strong. He's going to go and stay in the slipstream. Not to be able to get anything done on the AMG though, and we have someone exiting the pit lane. Not sure who that is. Mr. Wolf? No, can't be. I don't know who exit the pits there, but we're going to have to cut away from that for just one of the Capo, I'm not sure. Anyway, ignoring the pit lane, and we're just going to stick with this for a minute because it could be moving to turn 4 from Chloe onto Piker. Not going to keep the inside. Piker leaves room, a bit too much room I would say, but just trying to avoid all incidents. This could try and set up a move into turn 9. As Chris MK gets a bit loose, opens off Hosseini a little bit. Possibly still carrying damage from his earlier incident with Brenter, I believe it was, and Hosseini gets through on Piker despite the damage. Let's see how far up he can go. Oh, it appears Hosseini has got through. Yes, ignore me. So he's a bit too far away now, being ideal times cut away to Zero Stefan and to Desert Pack having a bit of a coming together. So Desert Pack looks to make moves to turn 1, and just a little bit of a door bang, nothing much serious really, but it's there. And that's going to be everything for that one as we go back to Zero Stefan. So Desert Pack appears to have got past now actually away from the camera, and Lacey's going to be next to me, so let's have a look at Jordan Lacey. Can he get anything done into turn 1? He's possibly close enough, but he's not going to. He's going to think better of it. Actually, I was saying I thought she was miles away. He was not getting anywhere near to there. Ferrari would be much better through that turn if he's got it set up right. He's going to run wide there, possibly a warning. It doesn't seem quite like he can get close to him in the places where it matters, I don't think. And that's going to be important later on. Let's have a look at his onboard, shall we? A little bit of slide on the entry, that's not going to speed him up very much at all. Race staying dry, but due to this weather forecast, I've only got as much information as you have, as the drivers have. I only know 3 minutes into the future, so any weather situation that comes is going to be very much in the moment, and they're going to have only a lap or 2 to respond. You see that Fry just can't keep up in the straight, so Lexus pulls away when he's got a slipstream. It's pretty insane. As Honzic's already up in the 2P4 as we look at our screen. Catching up to Mr. Raps on our turn the ace. Although he's going to be at least 30 seconds down due to having stuck on the wrong tyre. It doesn't appear that this is going to be yielding much anytime soon. We have 2 Desert Pack on board chasing down 1 tyre for B6. As Piker's had an accident according to my screen. But Desert Pack is very close to 1 tyre. We'll maybe look at the inside, he's too far back. He needs to get a good exit here, so I'm looking to turn 4. He's got a good exit. Can he get in the slipstream enough to make a move? He's looking to the inside. He's going to go for it. 1 tyre defends. bumper to bumper here that any little touch could be small disaster for one tyre, to be honest with you. Looking for the inside again, one tyre's having none of it. He doesn't want this guy to be let through. Let's have a look on board. He's getting very close now. Needs to get a good exit out of here to carry the speed through the next turn. Hopefully without too much dirty air to have a look at turn 9. He's gone very wide there, shift down 2 gears, but one side took the curve a little bit, that could hurt him. He's going to have a look, he's going to have a look. He's going to make it as well. He's gone too far, he's hit one tyre, and that's going to be sometimes for everyone. He lets him back through. Not sure how much that was intentional. Let's have a look at Piker first, see what just happened there. As he gets hit by Husseini, spun out, and he's making sandcastles. And let's have a look, third person instant of this again. He just hits the curb and goes straight on, nothing much he can do. Hopefully not much damage conceded by those two. But anyway, back to the live view of these two cars. And in the background we have Lacey all over Zero Stefan as well. This could get spicy sooner rather than later. Let's have a look at Tesla Pack to move the camera back a little bit. Now he's losing speed on the straight, it seems. Can Lacey get a move on Zero Stefan? No, his car's not fast enough in a straight line. It appears Rats was the only person to start on the correct combat and tyre, judging by the gap he has to Amato of 30 seconds. Roughly 28.3 at my last thing, and Toyota Packer's gone off track. I missed what happened because I looked at my thing. A bit of an incident with one tyre has shown up, so I'm going to have a look down for my sake more than anything else. These guys are having a proper good old war here. Toyota Pack tries to make another move stick and just goes too far again, and yeah, that's a gain on him. He's really trying to get past one tyre, he's not having any of it. Still with him, and there's everyone else so close together as well, with Lacey and Zero Stefan getting involved as well. So your current order is, I believe that's one. Is it one tyre? I have no idea. One tyre. Well, I believe it's Alex actually in the 98 Audi ahead of him. I'm losing track. Where is Alex? Ah, he's miles ahead. Never mind. Alex is nowhere near. But one tyre at the head of this field, followed by Zero Stefan, who's going to make a move to turn 1. Can he get it to stick? He's alongside the braking turn. And that's done and dusted. And one tyre's crashed into Stefan now as well. He can't keep his car on track. After that spin, that's going to let everyone back through. So there's that's the first instant. I apologise for showing that again. I shall get back to action soon enough. I can't skip this, which is odd. But now our running order is to Desert Pack, followed by Cryptic TMG with John Lacey at the head of this field, with one tyre and Zero Stefan behind, with Oscar Berg only driven onto the back of this train as well, I believe. I'm not sure how far back he is. I think he's got the seconds back on this train actually. Yeah, he's just seen coming around there. But it looks like our closest one appears to be with Zero Stefan again, as one tyre is going to try and get back around him after our unfortunate crash last time. Does he still have the straight line speed though is the question, or just the speed anywhere really? Oh, one tyre's already ahead of him. Behind him is, I don't know who's behind him now. It looks to be another Audi of the same colour, but I won't be able to tell you who that is. I need to calculate myself. I do apologise. One tyre, Zero Stefan and Oscar Berg, but there's an Audi in between them. Is the Audi a lap down? What number is that Audi? It's the number 10. Who is the number 10 car? That is Prenter, who is a lap down now, I believe. Yes, he is. That's Prenter a lap down in that Audi in there. So that's solved the mystery. We did it, boys. Let's get back to said battle with one tyre and zeros to fan, although Desert Pack is having a go at Jordan Lacey. He's been through the wars and he's still got the pace. Desert Pack isn't afraid of a nice overtaking manoeuvre, so we'll stick with this one with Cryptic close behind to try and see if anyone slips up. He's going to be the first one to gain a couple of positions. Almost half an hour into this race of the third tyre basking. Race still dry for now, but again I have no idea what the forecast is going to be at any point. It could come back wet towards the end of the race, which would be very interesting because then everyone will need to pit again. Although Desert Pack is very close now, he's not going to make a move here, but he could make a move into turn 1 if he can stay close to the chicane. Cryptic's going to want some of this action as well, as everyone comes through. Cryptic's a little bit far back, but Desert Pack is definitely going to have a move on this Ferrari. Ferrari was still in a straight line, and you're going to see it now. Although I'm not sure how damaged Desert Pack's car is, he's definitely closing. But it's not going to be enough. He looks to the inside, but that's way too far back, and he realises that too. And they're just going to fire in through single file through this turn. Lacey's doing a good job here. He's keeping pace as Desert Pack sees. He's very desperate to get past, although he's nowhere near close enough to make a move in reality. He keeps looking to the inside at every turn, compromising his exit. I'm not sure he wants to be doing that, or maybe he's just trying to scare Lacey into making a mistake. Either way, both will work. Although I set his fastest lap last lap, so maybe he can't be too badly damaged. As Cryptic's struggling to keep pace with these two guys. Lacey's setting some pretty impressive pace, and Desert Pack is keeping up with him quite admirably. Anyway, here's prime overtaking spot, closing. Can he get a... He's going to have a look at the inside. He is, and he's going to go straight on again. Lacey calls it and just lets him do his own thing, and that's going to be one position loss, sorry, for Desert Pack, possibly 3 if one tyre can come back through. He does not. So we're back to the old fight, one tyre against Desert Pack. Let's see how this one pans out. Can one tyre keep up with him and make a pass? And what will I have to say about it? Does he defend as much as he attacks? Let's find out. Audi's got the slipstream, and it has the superior straight line speed. Not good enough to close the gap all the way. Oh, he's going to look for it. That's way too far back. He's not going to be scared by that one. Oh, in the background, Berg is catching up to Zero Fan too. This could be an interesting fight for both ways. As further up the road, Cryptic is having a look at Jordan Lacey as well. Let's stick with this one for now, see where this one takes us. Although we also have Berg trying to make a move on Zero Fan also. As both of these appears to be catching up a little bit to these guys. Zero Fan probably much it seems definitely much better in the wet. Now he's in the dry, it's not working out so well for him. I love watching him through that corner on that camera, it's so great. He's going to close up the gap by quite a lot in there. He knows better than to make a move there, but he is catching on them though, and he knows that, so he's just going to bide his time, wait for see what happens. Let's try and board them for a little bit, shall we? Where's my mouse? There it is. And we're getting a great view of the road ahead of us as well, with everyone up to Lacey. Porsche are very nimble in that sort of stuff if you can get the car set up right. Off throttle it turns in extremely well, due to it being a Porsche and rear engined. He's definitely got a slipstream here. He might be able to. He's going to make a move, it seems. He's going to look for it. Will he go for it? He does not in the end. Decides against it. Tucks back in. It's going to be a long one. And in the background we have Hosseini on the back of Chloe as well. Although much closer fight here, it would seem. Although much further back, we have Chris MK, who is right on the back of the Schmid for 17th place. These guys are still fighting out, even though all the way back in 17th. A little bit of a slide from MK, that's going to lose him a lot of time, and just as I feel like that was a little bit of a commentator's curse. The minute I stopped by to have a look, he's bowled it. Although, let's see how quickly he catches up to him. We'll cut back to that one in a minute. We'll go back to Berg and Stefan for the time being. As Berg's continuing to close, that's a lot of closing speed actually. Which side is he going to go, or is he not going to bother? He is not going to bother, but he's very close to where he can hear. Hosseini is still all over the back of Chloe, although it was the other way around. I can't remember who was the other way around earlier. As Lacey has bottled it and gone off into the grass, I'm not sure if that was a result of contact or it was just a result of himself. If it was contact, I'll show it to you when it pops up, but until then we're going to see if it's just his own bottling at the hands of Cryptic. Well, he could definitely go for him. He's still not close enough. He can't close it up in a straight line in that Porsche. Not sure he's running too much wing, but he could get the cutback here. It's a poor exit by Stefan. He's going to have a better run through this turn if he can just avoid getting blocked off on the inside. Losing his speed, which I'm not sure what he's managed to achieve. He does get a better exit and he knows there was his chance and he hasn't been able to make it stick. Still have another hour left in this race, plus a lap. Likely not going to be done for another hour and 5 minutes yet. This is seriously fancy to get all the curb you can and a bit more. Not sure if I'm going to give him a cut track or not. I'm not sure what the limits are like. Anybody else we have? We have, Hosseini is still all over the back of Chloe, it seems. Do a good job defending. Let's ride on board with him for a minute, see how wide that big boat really is. Couldn't quite get the power down on that part of the track. It's going to cost him through here, not going to cross through the white. He's going to be a long way back, but AMG Power's going to pull him along. I'm not sure how much damage he has already. How close is he? He's not close enough to make a move. He's going to have to wait for his moment. Although he does appear to have the pace over Chloe, and that's a great exit out of there. He'll look to the inside, closed off, great defending. And he gets slipped on the curb again, that's going to cost him. Definitely quicker than Chloe at the moment, but he's going to have to. He can't just drive through someone, he has to find a way around someone. But up ahead, you can just about see Lacey trying to get past. I believe that's Stefan in his Lexus. So we get a good view here of everything that's going on. Front seats in the house, everyone. And not really nowhere near close enough I can move here, but see if we can see Lacey in the background. He's not going to move there either, although everyone's going to close up a lot. This is everyone catching up to 0 to 5. He's going to have a job keeping 3 cars at bay very shortly. Anyone makes a mistake here and you're going to lose a position. I think we're going to stay on board with this. This is a great place to watch it all from, I think. You get to see all the cars at once. Again, you can't quite get good enough exit out of that last turn to stay with no on the straight. You can't use this strength and speed advantage enough by the end. You can't get close enough into the major braking zones. On and off the power, but no one to get on. That's cost him a lot of time. He's even nowhere near close to like a move here, but Chloe's going to have a look at Jordan a little bit. Not quite going to get the move off. Chloe's going to have a lovely game, but it's way too far back and knows better than that one. But Jordan is also right in the back of Zero Savan as well. These guys are going to catch each other up quite quickly, I'd assume. All 3 of them are extremely close together now as well. Great turn 7 now. There's Lacey trying to find a move around the outside of Stefan. He's still there, is he? He is still there. Stefan's gonna have to give him room. You can just see it through around Chloe's car a little bit. Stefan hits the gravel. That's going to cost him 3 positions, 2 positions maybe. If he can stick around this one down the outside for Hosseini. Only 2 positions. She's kept it. But will Hosseini have a look into turn 1 and hits the curb a bit too much? So unlikely. As Lacey gets a freebie, but this is going to be interesting as to who's going to be brave on the brakes here. Lexus all over the back of Chloe's Bentley. Is he going to have a look? No, he's not. He's going to think better of it. Hosseini's going to go from miles away and try and get that slowed down. He does, but can't get through in it quietly. Stefan's going to block his road off to the inside. Quite wise in there. Although he doesn't matter if fans are on the outside anyway. Maybe his car's damaged a little bit. I don't know, but that's him through. And let's have a look at Chloe for the time being. Very close to Lacey. Can I find her way around? No idea. Let's find out. There's only 19 cars in the race now, and 2 of them at least are off the lead lap. Some retired. Exco is still running, it seems. Let's quickly see if Exco is still running. He is still running, he's just 2 laps down. Or 1 lap down, depending on how you choose to read this time on the screen. Anyway, let's go back to where we were before with Chloe and Lacey. Actually, scratch that. What we have currently is LX is all over the back of Shardy. I need to get some reference point to see it. LX has dropped a little bit, and yeah, I could have the battle too late. I think LX may have made a mistake which cost him a position or 2. As Jody recovers the 3rd now. Yep, let's go away from that. Right back to Hosseini, Chloe and Lacey. Hosseini's got up to a lot of them now, so let's get back on Hosseini's onboard camera and watch him close up yet again. seems like they say he shouldn't get on the power pump in AMG. I'm not quite sure if that's intentional. I don't think it's intentional. It seems to be struggling on the throttle a little bit. Maybe running quite a traction control, we'll have to see. Although he is right on the back end of Chloe now. Let's see if he can make a move into the hairpin at turn 9. Right, my turn's right. He's going to look for one. Chloe's forced to leave the room. He can get it turned in unlike to Desert Pack, and that's move done, although Chloe may still be on the outside. No, that's move done, and he's going to be chasing down Lacey now. Let's move back into our trusty helicopter camera as Chloe's going to try and come back for revenge, although I don't think he has the pace to do so just yet, but it doesn't mean he's not going to try. It still appears to be the one of the closest battles we have on track right now. As I believe Hussein is going to pull away from Chloe a little bit now. He's going to be hunting down John Lacey. Although it looks like the Ace is... oh, he's further away than I thought he was, never mind. He's going to try and close up to Johnny a little bit. We're going to keep an eye on that gap a little bit. And we'll go back to Hussein, it seems, since that is the closest gap that we have on track right now. Everyone else seems to be quite spread out due to the difference in pit strategy at the start of the race and there not being many cars on track. Azir Safan has quite possibly pitted, not sure what for, but maybe he's fixed some damage, but he's now all the way down in 17th. He's making his way back up though. And Chris MK's on a charge. Well, he's got past the Schmid since the last time we looked at him. And he's going to be chasing down police, although I'm not sure what the gap is currently. It's going to be a large gap, well, up 7 seconds or so, it has to guess at. Just by what I'm saying, 13 seconds, never mind. That's a long way to come back from, as we're going to look at Hosseini. Got a good exit on that Ferrari, and that's going to be very sad times for the Ferrari. This should be move and done very quickly. Hosseini's going to go down the inside, brave on the brakes, can he make it stick? He goes wide, Lacey's going to come back at him, he's on the rumble strips, and contact between the two. Chloe gets past Hosseini, and Hosseini has hit the wall, trying to spin around the gravel trap as well. That is very sad for both of them. Not sure entirely who was at fault there. Let's have a look at set 2 again and see what happened with this separate camera angle. It seemed, I'm not sure who to call on that one, but very unfortunate for both drivers, as now Chloe is going to be on the back of Lacey. I just noticed Chloe's got the number 23 car, which means that our two pink Bentleys are no longer with us. Our 23 Bentley of Mr. Murphy and his teammate are no longer here. Not sure if they're quit the league or what's going on, but they're not here. Anyway. They're going to try very hard to get around him. Lacey has to defend quite a lot. They're going to catch quite still in a straight line. Let's ride on board Chloe for the time being, as Capo's caught up to a lot of them as well. This could be a fun little three-way. Almost halfway into the race, 47 minutes left to go. It'll be a long one. Track is speeding up a little bit, it seems, as track grip's now on so faster away from green. So we'll see how far this gets them. You're going to be seeing sunrise not in the not too distant future, 4:43 AM in game time, and sunrise I imagine wouldn't be too long away if it's set in the current time zone sort of things. Still no rain forecast, but then again we won't know until it's 3 minutes away because reasons. It seems Chloe's struggling to close the gap a little bit here to Lacey, while Capo is closing on the both of them. I'm going to try and call you Capo instead of Ganesu, because I am poor at pronouncing that name. Although, meanwhile, further up the field, we have more bombs being dropped. Maybe just fireworks, I'm not sure. Although Jardier is all over Mr. Amato trying to get second place. And he's going to try and go on the outside of turn 3. It looks like he's done it. He's going to have to stay on the outside into turn 4. He does it just about. Amato is still there. He's not giving this one up easily, but he's not going to have much choice now. He's lost the inside and he's going to take the corner, and that's going to be move done, I believe. Now he's going to have to close down 10 seconds or so to Mr. Rats, from what I can gather. Can he do that in 45 minutes?
We are halfway through, keep pushing.
This looks like it's definitely a Bentley track for sure. And he's already a long way ahead of Amato now. As Aid the Ace is going to be looking to be next man through. Let's have a look at Aid the Ace. A bit of an accident between Hosseini and Lacey as well. Let's get back to that now before Aid the Ace catches up to Amato too much. As Hosseini goes into turn 1. Oh, that was just from a long time ago that I only just popped up now. Forgive me for that one. As those guys are still relatively far apart. Let's go back to Amato. That's Berg in the pits, I think. Those Porsche headlamps missed belong to Berg. He's pitted, possibly for a new set of slicks and for some more fuel, I would hazard a guess on. One tyre is in the pits as well. Hosseini on his outlap. Chris MK is in the pits also. And so Stefan's in the pits as well. That's everyone who is still running that has made a pit stop that lap. Oh, Stefan has retired, I think. Maybe too much damage on his car. That's sad for him. Yeah, we're down to 18 drivers now. I believe only 16 of which we still have running. It's not been a kind races, this one. People dying left, right and centre. Let's have a look at Aid the Ace. He's having a right old crack at Amato to try and get back into that podium spot. He got podium last time out as well. Did Aid the Ace as well. 2 consecutive back-to-back podiums for him. He's looking on the car, see if he can find a way around Tour Amato. Poor turn there, gets on the curb, loses a lot of speed, but he's still stuck to him. It should be an easy one and done move for Ice to sit and duck on a straight, and you're going to see that here. Even with the frontal area of Buckingham Palace, the Bentley manages to out drag him and unlikely outbrake him into turn 1, and that's going to be move done. That's Aid the Ace to 3rd place now, halfway into the race, see if he can hold on to it. He has 4 seconds to miss a Honda again though, so he's going to have to try and close that one down, or at least pull a gap to Amato. It appears we've still got a gap between Lacey, Desert Pack, and Chloe, I believe that is? I can't tell. No, that's a green Ferrari, it might be Capo. Ooh, pardon me. Between Lacey, Chloe and Capo, no one's really closing any gap in any great distance. It appears that Chloe's the closest one to making anything stick on these guys. Only a second off as of the last split. Let's see if we can close this on down. The last lap for these guys, Lacey was a tenth quicker last time around, but that could all change. And Capo was the slowest out of these three last time around, so they're slowly drifting apart if these gaps stay constant. I believe Chris MK may have retired for reasons unknown to me, or just got a lot of laps down, I'm not entirely sure which. But the grid's starting to spread out a little bit now, and no one is really having a fight with anyone. Although last laps, Capo, it appears Lacey's running away from these guys, but Capo's closing in on Chloe a little bit. Bit by bit, not by much. 1.2 seconds is the gap last time around. But every tenth or so, Capo is closing in on Chloe, and this could be a hard job getting around them to try and claim the 8th spot. All our points will be going around fuel though. Every place is more points, and everyone likes more points. Points win prizes and all that good stuff. As it appears, as well, we've lost one tyre as well. Maybe too many little bangs and scrapes with other drivers, and he's now retired, so we've now only got 16 drivers in the race. A very lonely one. 38 minutes to go. Let's see if we can get anyone else closing up to the people. Capo 1.4 that time around, losing a little bit of time. Although I would expect people to be coming in for pits and stuff soon, so that could jiggle things around on when people pit and what their strategy is, or whether they're waiting out for some rain that I can show you will not be coming in the next 3 minutes. If your weather forecast only gave you a 3-minute weather timing, as that would be, you'd be very upset, wouldn't you? I'm very upset if my weather forecast only gave me 3 minutes in advance. I'm like, well, I want more. This Capo is dropping off quite a lot now, actually. Well, it's still the closest lot that we have. Tell you what, let's jump on board with Mr. Capo 4. He lost 4/10 last time around. Chloe of these three was quickest last time around. Let's have a ride on board with Capo for a lap and a bit, see what this is like. Yeah, it does seem the chat is in members only mode, and I don't know how to fix that. So that's very upsetting indeed. If you've got any great ideas, message me on Discord. Otherwise, I don't know how to change that away from members only mode. The reason Gene versus quickly lost connection. Nothing's been helpful there. Anyway, while I've been trying to find solutions to this, we have something developing ahead of us. Chloe's managed to catch up to Lacey, not sure if we made a mistake or what, but we have another fight on our hands, ladies and gents. Let's see how quickly this one can close up. He's got the slipstream and the advantage of not being in a Ferrari on the straight. So we'll see where this one takes him. Very clean chicane. A little bit of a hiccup on the second part, but he's going to have a big run down into turn 1. Not quite close enough and isn't gaining, I don't believe. Maybe Ferrari's up quicker than I give it credit for. Very tight in turn 1. Turn 2 is tight as you dare. It's gaining time all the time. Let's see how far we can go. Appears to be losing a little bit of time now, so maybe it was just a mistake from Lacey that got them this close. Let's have a look at some cinematic cameras while we're not trying to see too much of what's going on. Let's have a look at these cameras, so the helicopter cameras. I just noticed the purple front grille lights as well. That's quite a nice touch. I do enjoy a bit of purple. Still breathing right down the back of Lacey's neck. He's gonna Lacey makes a mistake, that's gonna cost him a position almost certainly, unless he can somehow take Chloe with him. And I didn't even realise we're now getting towards sunrise, ladies and gents. 7 AM. Track grip's still fast, still dry, it looks like. Only half an hour left to go. It's time flies when we're in fun, right? It appears that I think Lacey has got the outright speed, but must keep making small mistakes that allows Chloe to catch up a little bit. But it appears Capo's been putting in some laps as well. 46.4 last time around. The ace is out. What happened there? Oh, I say out on my time. I do. On my time screen said out as in out lap, not out as in out of the race. I got a little bit carried away. So what's happened? Aid has pitted. I believe Rats has also pitted, which gives Jardier the lead of the race. But let's go back to our little fight between Chloe, Capo and Lacey. Not really a fight, so it's just 3 cars in close proximity, and that's the best we're getting currently. Honda's already pulled out a 20-second gap to Amato in the time since he overtook him. It's insane pace. Bit of a mistake from Lacey in the chicane. That's gonna, and he goes into the pit lane. Lacey wants some new tyres, and he's gonna go and get them. Let's see where he comes out in relation to Chloe, because he's also going to take on some fuel as well, which will slow him down. But the new tyres will speed him up, so who knows. Where have we got anything fun going on? We have Mr. Rats and Cryptic, but I don't think that's going to get any closer. Hosseini and Berger, kind of close, not really. Although Hosseini's going to be closing up in police, I would assume, judging by their last laps. 145.6 for Hosseini last time around, and 147.9 for police last time around. So if that keeps up, Hosseini's going to be on the back of police in no time whatsoever. Although I haven't said that, Rats is closing up on Cryptic a little bit. Not by too much, but it's enough to be cause for concern. Maybe, I believe Rats is pitting for new tyres. This could be what it is. New tyres, new pace, and here he's closing down Cryptic. This should be a relatively textbook manoeuvre if he has much fresher tyres. So it seems the undercut does work. If you don't pit now, you're going to be losing time, it would seem. Let's see just how much time he can gain through these first 3 turns. 0.5 was the gap at the line. What's it going to be after the next sector? So little grip Cryptic has, and he's got no chance but to let him go. And Rats is through. Easy move. Possibly because Cryptic's tyres are dying, so I'll have to see how that one plans out. But that's going to be that one done and dusted. Let's cut away back to Chloe and Capo, who are still having a right old fight in P6. And we missed police being overtaken by Hosseini in all of that. But it has happened, and Hosseini will be driving away. He's already half a second ahead after making the move. And it appears to be a clean one, judging by my contactometer. So we'll just stick with Capo for now. Let's jump on board. I do like this camera. And it appears right now Capo's got the pace. Although these guys appear to just be trading mistakes, for want of a better word, at the minute. One person makes a mistake, next person makes a mistake, and there you go. People keep trading time that way as opposed to through lap time, who knows. They could do well to have the speed to make a move here though. Doesn't appear to be closing again. Ferrari bot hurts it. A very clean turn 1, very clean turn 2. Definitely gaining time through this section. It appears these guys are just trading time for the time being. Honzik still to pit, I believe. He will need some fuel, at the very least, at some stage in this race. In the oh, I was about to say in the background we have Berg chasing between a couple of Belize, but that's already happened and we missed another overtake. Belize has now dropped back into P15 and that is the last out of everyone who is still running remotely close to in this race, other than X-Cole, who's had a nightmare, one would assume. Gap to Chloe now is now 1.1 seconds, it's definitely opened up a lot. We're gonna have a look at Alex right now. Appears to be closing up on the Schmid, and that's not how you defend a position, Mr. Schmid. He's gonna have a very poor run through here, but Alex is gonna be limited. And Schmid's gonna take to the pit lane, that was a simple overtake. Although these guys will need to come in at some stage, I believe everyone will need fuel. I said earlier that the Bentley won't need fuel, but I've been corrected since it will need fuel. All of them will need fuel. I'm interested to see if Alex will pit this time around, actually. Judging by the fact that the Schmid pitted. Or whether he's already pitted and I just don't know. I have no way to tell. I've got no way to see when the last time these guys entered the pit lane was. So we're going to see very shortly whether Alex can get into the pit lane, whether he'll jump in this time around, and if he does, how close he comes out to Mr. Schmid. Although the Schmid's going on fresh tyres, he's going to be eating people alive back there. X-Cole's actually ahead of him now. Is the Schmid going to be in the pit lane? I can't see from that camera angle. One of my broadcasting softwares has crashed, so allow me to bring that up again. Thank God it was that, not the game, that chose to have a fatal error, right? I love it when it does this. Right, give me just a second while I get this set up again. This has been helpful as usual. Right, we have control again. Let's go back to broadcasting view. There we go. That's very not helpful. And it appears he's not gone in, but the Aces, it seems, has gone in and is right behind him, so we're going to jump over to that and see how quickly he can get around LX. Big tyre difference between the two. Hopefully LX won't just dive in and make things boring for me. Nope, it appears he stays out. He's closing very quickly. What was his lap last time round? It's 1:57 because he went through the pit lane. So we'll just have to gauge this one by eye for the time being, see what lap times it can pull out. Although it would appear that Samuel Ratz on his new tyres is right in the back of Turamato. So we're going to jump to that one for the time being. How quickly can he get around that number 7 car with Police a lap down, several laps down maybe, on his tail? Much better exit out the last turn due to superior tyres, and it's going to be a drag race. Ferrari on Ferrari, but Ratz had a better exit, so he's going to have the better speed into this turn. Better on the brakes, new tyres, better on the turn, easy to like. Although he has run wide, leaving Amato possibly to come back round. He surely can't hang around the outside on old tyres. No, he's going to foul back in and, well, attempt to foul back in. He's going to run wide through the understeer that he's facing. And that's going to be job done. Ratz is up into 2nd place currently. Not sure who's yet to pit as Police goes make the sandcastles in the background. Very unfortunate for him. Let's have a look back at Aid the Ace. Aid the Ace. There we go. And LX. Half a second quicker last time around was Aid the Ace compared to LX. So it's not going to be an easy pass. Especially not against something as quick in a straight line as the Audi is. And news just in. The Schmid has had a stop and go penalty for something. I don't know what, I got no way to find out what, but Mr. Schmid is the proud owner of a stop and go penalty which is just cleared. Hey, these had looked there but thought better of it. And only possibly only 15 runs right now, I'm not entirely sure. AD is getting very close now. You can see he's quicker right now. He just needs to be able to put it into a pass, and now he's so much bigger, that Bentley's than the Audi, and that's not helping his slipstream potential at the minute. He's going to try and get that one turn. I can't speak, I'm awfully sorry. You see he's visibly having less difficulty with his car than LX is right now. Surely LX has got to pit, although at this point you may question whether it's even worth it right now. He's going to be coming. He's going to go right up him for this one. LX is going a little bit offensive. Will it be enough? He's going to have a look to the inside. Is he going to make it stick? He's going to go for it. He's got the inside, but he can't make it stick. He's going to have to stay behind him for now. LX does well to block the inside line for turn 3 to try and avoid him getting a cutback, but he's just got so much more speed through there. He must have new tyres, surely. He's going to dive to the inside. LX have none of it. He's defending hard. He's going to force him to go on the outside, which he's going to try and do, but he can't quite make it happen. He's going to have the inside. He's not going to have the inside. He can't get alongside. Let's ride on board with if I can get my windows sorted out. Right on board with the Ace as he tries to get around this rolling roadblock header in, which is LX. You can see the Audi pulls away from him in a straight line a little bit, at least in that turn. He's just going to try and keep close to him for turn 1 now, I think. There's nowhere here you can really force a move. It's all single file through from this point onwards mostly. Especially if you intend on making it through the chicane alive. riding the exit curb as close to that one as he can. Hit him off a little bit, but he's right up close. 2/10 last time round, 3/10 now, but that's well within slipstream range. But again, the Audi's too quick in a straight line for him. He can't make anything happen here. He's trying his absolute hardest to get around him. I don't know if he can. Cryptic seems to have pitted. He's now behind everyone when he was up top. Not sure where that came from. He's going to try and go around the outside here. Maybe a little bit of contact, I'm not sure. Alex is still ahead of him. He's not letting this one go. He's got 15 minutes to hold it. That's going to be a tall order. ADA sees that one coming and takes his chance to go to the inside. Is he alongside enough, or is he going to have to defend this one? He's leaving space on the outside. And he's squeezed him out. That's going to be a move done, I think. I can't go. Okay, there we go. That's going to be a move done unless Alex has got any tricks with his sleeve down to turn 9. He does not. He's not got the tyres for it. And that's going to be the ace up into 8th now. He has 19 seconds to make up to Karsten. And unless he pits, I don't think that's going to happen too much. Meanwhile, Hosseini in the background is all over the back of Cryptic. There's a bit of lag in this now. I don't enjoy it. I'm not sure what caused Cryptic to come this far down, but he's not enjoying it. That's to say he's not going to make a move into there, surely. He's going to try and keep it. Just keep it steady with him. Use his AMG straight line speed. Good exit out of here is what he needs. It looks like he's got one. Now can he get a slipstream on Cryptic down this back straight? He's going to go for it. He's closing up rapidly. He might be able to make a move into turn 1 here if he's brave enough. He's got the overspeed. Can he turn it into a move on the brakes? Nope, he's not going to bother. Cryptic defends the inside quite well, and we're going to pass on through. Although he's keeping it tight through there. Not sure there's any room for him around the outside here. No room at the inn. He's still on the outside. Is he going to go for the inside? Nope. They're going to brake on the curb. A lot better here in the dry than it is in the wet. I'm not sure who has what tyres here. We're just going to have to guess. As they're saying, he looks up the inside. Let's have a look at his onboard. They're saying he was half a second quicker last time around than Cryptic. So he's got the pace to get past him. He's now got to make the move, and he hits the grass. That's not how he used to keep that one done. That's going to slow him down a lot, and that's going to be move complete. And with a half a second pace difference last time around, I don't think Cryptic's going to be able to stay with him too well. Alex is still on the back of 8 the ace. I thought this would be a drive away situation, but it's not. Alex is still challenging the back of 8 the ace a little bit, making him work for it. He's still made no time on Carson. He's got a long way to go if he wants to be anywhere near back towards his podium where he was before. He's losing time a little bit now. Cryptic's lost a lot of time to saying that last lap as well, so pace difference was there and it was true. Although up top we have Chloe is trying to close down the teammate Desert Pack. Last time around they were Chloe was a 10th quicker over the last 2 laps that I've seen. So that one could turn interesting, and appears to be, Alex appears to be losing a little bit of pace now to the Ace. Maybe his tyres are going off just a tad. A very demanding track on tyres is this Catalunya, especially on the rear left. Going around that long swooping right-hander at turn 3 really kills your rear left tyre, or your front left if you've got a very understeery setup. Well, yeah, people are going to be feeling it around there now. Actually feeling the pain. And this is about all we have. What we could also do is ride on board with Chloe for the time being. Well, not necessarily on board, although that's a lap down, never mind. As he tries to close in on the teammate. Closing slowly but surely. In each lap you get closer to the slipstream, which is only going to help you out on the track like this with a couple of big long straights for you to work with if you can get in the slipstream of the car next to you. Times last time around, again another 10th quicker for Chloe, consistently 1 tenth quicker than their teammate. But that's not going to be enough. You're going to need another 10 laps or so to get that one done, and you don't have that long. As Capo is not a million miles away from these guys actually. Alex is still sticking around a second to aid the Ace. We'll see where that one leads. Well, I don't think it will. I think Aid the Ace has got the pace that he needs to stay ahead of Alex there, as we saw from the previous encounter. It was all over him. Still 8 minutes left to go in this race. A lot can happen, although someone has been destroying billboards there. Not sure how long ago that was. Looks to be dry for the end of the race. I'd put your bets on it now, I think. I think we've had our change of weather. Still closing down between Chloe and 2 days back. Let's have a look at the best laps this time around. What can we expect? It's 4 tenths quicker last time around for Chloe. Maybe now getting in the slipstream range. This could be a close one. Let's ride on board for a little bit. See if we can visualise that gap getting smaller. Oh, Thrustmaster's bottled it. The commentator's curse is here in force. That's going to be Chloe past for the lead, and I believe Amato has made a mistake or gone to the pit lane. No, Amato just made a mistake, which means that is a podium for Chloe right now. We're not going to get to the pack in the country box today. He said he couldn't have an interview when he gets a podium, and he's just bottled that one. And he's now a long way away. He's got Capo to get past first, and that's Chloe in for a podium. Who's our next closest set of guys? No one particularly close anywhere. The Ace has pulled out a large gap to Alex, and nobody else is anywhere near. is the Schmid is still running. Fair play to him after getting a stop-go penalty earlier. They're saying he's in the pits and retired. I'm not sure when that came around, but that is sad news for him. As unless we have anything better develop, I think we're just going to ride on board with your race leader for the rest of the race. So Honzik has made a poor choice at the start of the race, going on to keeping the wrong tyre. He then came in to change tyres and refuel, and he may have had to do some fuel saving to make it to the end, but that is all she wrote really. A dominating victory. I'm not sure if that +1 lap is entirely accurate, because I don't know how this measures +1 lap, etc, etc. He is not a lap up, he is just about 30 seconds ahead, so he can afford a pit stop, I believe, if he wants to, although don't quote me on that one. Track gets up to optimum now, although the temperature has gone up quite a bit, so I'm not sure how quick or otherwise this track will be. He hasn't changed tyres since he came in, so this has been a race on one set of tyres, I think. Whether it's been a good one, hasn't won a race yet this season, through various things happening, one form or another. And a very strong race from him. Got pole, as you saw earlier, by pipping. After Prensa pipped him by 700th of a second, he went and improved by another 10th and got himself 400ths ahead at the line. Dying deaths, not going to be after 3 restarts where he managed to dominate turn 1 in all of them. Even after a poor strategy at the start, he's managed to close the gap to everyone ahead of him, and short of anything bad happening, win this one by a fair old stretch. Well, Stuart Packer's retired, I believe. Maybe something happened to him while he or maybe he just rage quit. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but we now only have 14 runners in the race. It's been a tough one. Lots of people have died. A lot more people died than the Nürburgring, which is surprising to me. That was all wet. This has been dry, and in theory would be easy to control your car on. As you can see John Lacey in the background, a lap down, I believe. It's not the 808 of Mr. Rats, I know that much for sure. Only 2 minutes left. I believe this lap and next lap will be everything. So, second to last lap, if my calculations are correct and the game works as I think it does. You'll be seeing white flag next time around. Let's ride on board for second to last lap. Then we'll go back into our TV camera afterwards. right. You can visibly hear from his throttle inputs, he's taking this one very cautiously. His throttle inputs are, unless he's low on fuel, I believe this isn't an act of saving tyres, I don't think. I think this is an act of, he doesn't want the race to end yet. That's Jordan Lacey just ahead of him. Maybe Jordan asked him for another lap, I'm not sure, but this will mean Jordan will get another lap. Rats is 25 seconds behind, and this may be some desperate fuel saving measure from Chardier. There could be some drama here. There's no white flag just yet, so he needs to... He has 30 seconds to not finish the race if this is what he's going for, because judging by his driving, I don't think he's got another lap left. I'm not sure if he's using another fuel map or what. Fun fact, I beat Jardier once in a race on skill alone, and not at all because not all because he messed his fuel up and had to pit on the last lap. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. This should be race over. White flag. This is it. The end of the race. He had 25 seconds to wait, and I think that's going to be his fuel tank depleted now. Anyways, that's that is Jardier done. Let's have a look at TV Cam 2 and go to Schmid next across. There's Samuel Ratz finishing in P2. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing here. I thought that'd be a good idea. Never mind. As Chloe comes around to finish in P3, a fantastic finish. Debut in this league as far as being on air goes, as they weren't able to race in round 2 and 3, and that's a podium straight away. Next up we have Capo, who has just crossed the line, followed by Willem Garsten, who's just crossed the line yet again. Afterwards, Aid the Ace, who's just come on the last turn now. He's come home in P6 after making it some podium places earlier. Come back from a strong race from him. Followed by Alex, who we had a fight with Aid the Ace earlier, wasn't able to keep the position, comes home in P7 in the end. Followed by Amato, who pitted for new tyres midway through and couldn't quite make up the time back from, he was in P2 I believe. Followed by John Lacey, who's just coming into the final chicane now. I should change away from set 1 because it's garbage. As in the background, Cryptic TMG will be coming home in 10th place as well. Let's skip to Mr. Berg, who's already in the pit lane. He was a lap down. Only other car on track currently is the Schmid, who is on his parade lap now, I believe. And I think that's everyone who is still running. Yeah, Mr. Schmid is the only one still out on track. Not sure if he's finished or doing a parade lap or what he's doing. But as we watch him drive around, I can bring up our final standings. Winner Jaroslav Honzik, completing 50 laps today with a 16-second gap as he was out of fuel to Samuel Ratz in second. Great drive from him. Chloe, a fantastic podium first time out that I've seen. Followed by Capo, Karsten, Aid the Ace, LX, Amato, Lacey, Cryptic, and then off the lead lap we have Berg, X-Cole, Police, the Schmid, Toots, who retired in the last laps of the race, and then Hosseini, who retired a little bit before, Chris MK, and Prenter, who retired a long while ago after Prenter had a bit of a crash earlier, and then numerous other drivers who left the session for one reason or another. And while I leave that there, I'm going to see if anyone wants to come and talk to me. We'll wait patiently for someone to want to come and have a chat.
Green light, go, go, go.
We might be having some takers here. Oh, we have two ready for interview. We're going to bring in Mr. Desert Pack first. Mr. Hanna, you almost had a podium there. How did that end?
I'm that close. Like
You almost had one. I was
that
rooting
would
for
have
you.
been that would have been my first podium ever on AOR, but well, the puncture
You got a
6 minutes
puncture.
ago.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I didn't spin or something. Like I didn't lose the control. Okay, well, I lost the control of my car, but was due to the puncture. I guess it was just I was pushing the whole time, like for the whole race. I was I think I put it 3 laps into the race, and since then I used the same tires, but there were a few times where I kind of lost the car and well, effed up my tires a bit. So I guess if that wouldn't have happened, that my puncture also wouldn't have happened. But well, you can imagine how pissed I am right now.
I imagine you. I imagine you started on rain tires, and
I started, yes, I started on rain tires, and I saw like 88s. He actually did a great move. He directly went into the pits, um, but I was like, yeah, like I said, like 3 laps into the race. After like most people went in, I said, okay, like my tires they don't look that good. They're pretty red and stuff. So I might go into the pits and change for dries.
I was wondering when people would come in. I assumed that the track was dry almost immediately, but I can't see. I'm not driving. I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah, well,
I didn't know you got a puncture at the end of it. You took those tires all the way to the end, or tried to.
yes, yes, yes,
You were
yes.
losing consistently about a tenth or so to Chloe each lap, and it wasn't going to be enough with the time left. But then I thought you just spun. But,
Yeah, well,
that's so close.
he wouldn't have passed me anyway because
Well,
there was a team order, multi 21. No, not multi 21, but stay how it is.
yeah, it's
Oh,
so
well.
close. You'll get one next time out. You've definitely was a good race.
Yeah, I'll come back stronger, definitely.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for commentating, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Mr. Raid the Ace, how did that go for you? You were up in the podium at one point.
Yeah, up, mate. I thought I'd come and have a little chat with you because I didn't last time. But yeah, I was up in the podium places, but I dived in the pits at the end of the formation lap because
I noticed that one.
all of a sudden stopped.
Desert
So I
Pack.
asked Schmid if I could cut in front of him to go in the pit lane, and he kind of let me. So
Desert Pack just mentioned that one. Who said he had made a good move into the pits. Due to the server restarting several times, the dry session happened right at the start of the race, according to my little weather thing.
yeah, so it would have lasted around 15 minutes, but because of jump starts, and I feel like those people are going to get some probably severe penalties, I would think, for jump starting, causing the double restart. But it kind of messed up a lot of people because they were sort of praying for rain. People who liked the rain couldn't utilise it at all because there was one lap of rain and that was it pretty much. So I took the gamble of going in first lap on the end of the formation, so not even lap one. Was running well but didn't want to risk a puncture, and look what happened to Tudors. He pitted lap one and got a puncture. Chloe didn't, but she must have just treated the tyres nicer than Tudors, but I could have been in that same boat of getting a puncture roll.
Very close.
So
It was
happy
definitely close between those who pitted. Not everyone chose to pit, and there was definitely a close battle between those who did and those who didn't. People coming back with fresh tyres, but some people didn't manage to make back up the time that they lost, which was interesting.
Yeah, I don't think that the fresh tyres that I put on were quicker than the guys ahead, but they were doing sort of 46s. I was doing 45s, so it wasn't enough to overhaul.
You put the
like,
tyres
a
on, but
20
you
or so
couldn't.
deficit.
You couldn't get back to Carson in time. I don't think pitted at all.
Yeah, I think he's drove a ridiculous race there, not pitting, but he paid off. So.
Yeah, there was a few drivers who didn't pit. I don't think Jardier, Rats, or Chloe all pitted. I don't think any of the top 5 pitted. To be fair, I think Alex.
Jardier definitely did, and Chloe pitted lap 1.
You know, they pitted onto dries at the start of the race, not mid race for a new set of slicks.
Yeah, like I did.
Man, that was a fun one to watch. It was a bit less popular than everyone else, with a bit of drama at the start, but it was a fun one. We'll see you next week anyway.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully you get the podium next week anyway. You have to fight to the pack for it. He wants one as well.
Yeah, I think I will. I'll have to get fisticuffs with him. That's one, mate. See you in a bit.
Yeah, see you in a bit, dude. And that's it, the ace gone, and no one else wants to come and have a talk with me, so that's going to be everything from me for today. Until next week, where I don't know what track we're at. I will check quickly before I leave. Where is my Google? Give me Google. Let's quickly have a look at what track we are at next. I really should look at this in the beforehand, but I do not, because I'm dumb. Give me a quick minute while we have a look at the calendar. Next time we have 45 minutes of Paul Ricard. That is not the version in F1. That is the version without the chicane in the middle of the straight. Other than it is the F1 version, but without the chicane in the middle of the straight. So we have a big, huge, long straight where cars are going to be hitting their top speed, and lots of slipstreaming and possible drama into that fast right-hander are going to be happening. Well, yeah, I'll see you next week for 45 minutes of Paul Ricard. Until then, I'll stop this and see you next week, I guess. Thanks for watching, everyone.